Welcome back to Nuke Mode. I'm Nuclear. This is episode 4. And let's get started with going to the research. See what we can get. Almost 300. I definitely want this because it'll give me the capability of translation on my mech jib so I can land. I'm thinking about that. Also thinking about this. It's cheap. Bigger fuel tank, more structurally stable. Very large fuel tank and a piece to make it there. Don't really need the aerodynamics right now. This one would be really nice because it'll give me another experiment. Small lander legs. You know what? I'm going to go with this. And let's see what's unlocked over here. The better solar panels, 160 with precision engineering. Oh, I want that, but you know what? This is a lot better. I can deploy some solar panels so I can easily get more energy. Oh, and here's a big fuel tank. This one's for your space, so don't worry. Gonna get that. It's gonna unlock these, which is a extra large solar panel and another communication and another experiment. I remember that one's the next mech job. I can't remember. No, it's on Mantac. Alright. Now with all that, I'm gonna build a new, much higher more capable of spacecraft. After putting some science. I keep forgetting about that. See, we're all still beginners. No matter how experienced you are, you're a beginner. Gonna put some more of these guys up there. I'm gonna go on and say 4 of these. Except for right there. They're easier to get around than... I prefer these guys if I'm doing a spacecraft. Manned. If it's a probe, you know, like a little ion, yeah, I'll use that, but that does not have enough power for an ion engine. But that'll pretty much get me up into orbit around Minimus. I'm not going to go straight after... yeah, that should do it. Straight after... the moon. Sorry. Brain decided I'm not going to work for a second here. Alright. Now, I've got this nice, big, honkin' thruster now. And although this is really bad on throttle, hey, it's going to get me where I need to go. And that's why I use it. No electrical power, which is a problem, but then, like I said earlier, but then I got solar panels now. So now, we're going to build my boost stage. You guys probably seen me and all the others do these all the time. I know, it's almost always the same. But you can see I've got low thrust to weight. I don't mind that right now. Reason is, I'm going to be putting up more fuel tanks. And I'm going to be doing something that is very tricky to do, but it is well worth learning how to do. And that is the Asparagus design. Very, like I said, complicated. Well worth it, of course. But you will, if I can get it to attach, want to do these. These guys going from tank to tank is great. But if you're designing an Asparagus design, these don't matter. Except for at launch. And when I'm done here, I'll show you why. I'm going to put in this. You can tell that off the bat, you're looking at this, you've barely got anything here. That is because they're not throwing fuel everywhere. I found Scott Manley doing this, but he was doing it the more complicated way, one set at a time with using the symmetry mode in doubles. That's fine and dandy. But you don't get it exactly accurate. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in this one, and that one's my last ones. So this one's left. Move them here and watch the MechJeb numbers. You now have 933 in the atmosphere, then another 15. Now that I have not tested this at all, but I can already tell that is not enough. So what I'm going to do is add another set. This will actually help my structural rigidity as well. So that's an even better bonus. And I just bumped my mic again. I'm sorry, I keep doing that. Now, as you can tell, I've got a lot of stuff here. What is it that I don't have? Comm system. Yes, you'll want that. There is EVAs, 2 different EVAs that's easy to get near the ground. You can't really get it, the crew, for some reason, very easily. I'm going to put that at extend. There's a reason why it's not so easy, is it's like you got to be half an inch or millimeters off the ground to get flying while over Minimus. The problem is you won't get it because you won't be able to land, or you'll be landing by the time you think about it. I'm just trying to see if I've made sure I got everything right. And I think I have. Let's try this. And there's my translation for any of you that wanted to know. Let's pull this down. Maneuver node planner, I love. Helps me out a lot. I'm going to do that. And if I had auto what is it? Auto ascent, that would be nice for right now, but oh well. Let's execute that. Light up. And all of these guys are very powerful on the outside. They don't provide any steering. That is what the center one is for. So hopefully this will all get done. at a decent rate. Oh, and if you've watched the earlier ones where I've talked about uh, limit to terminal velocity and acceleration, Utilities actually has that in here. Prevent jet flameout, smooth throttle, manage air intakes. Ooh. I did not know that this one had auto staging in this section. I want it to only go to 1. I'm gonna, since I've never used the utilities like this, so I'm gonna go on and wait for it as well. Wow, only at 5,000. I'd have thought I'd been a little higher. Yeah, it did work. Okay. Now, as you can see, I just dropped those. I do have these guys lit up at full tanks. I mean, they're 100% full other than what I've already used, but my thrust to weight ratio did go way down. So I'm losing speed. I'm going to go on and change this over to 85 and execute. Already starting to speed back up. And when these guys run out of fuel, they'll eject and leave the central 2 tanks in this engine here. It'll be definitely down below 1-to-1 thrust to weight ratio, but hopefully I'll be high enough that don't matter as much. But it'll pretty quickly get over the 1-to-1, so we won't worry about it too much. Now there is one thing that I was thinking about putting on and I did not, was lights. Lights allow you to, in the dark landings, see where you're landing. Did not put that on though. I'm going to switch over to 45 now. And execute. I'm going to go to my map. Not bad. You just saw the flame trail. They are talking about extending that hopefully soon. Although I'd like to have the mining parts, the resources like air, water, food, and items to build a base, modules to build a base, and food production for space stations, and food production for bases, and that kind of stuff, as well as modules that you can add on to recycle your wastewater into clean drinkable water. but unfortunately I haven't heard anything, and nor has anybody else that I know of yet. I am getting pretty high. I'm actually high enough that I can extend my solar panels without problem. Kind of hard to see, but they are extended. Zoom back out. Now that I'm high enough, it doesn't matter as much. Let me look at my orbit. Alright, I'm going to do a maneuver node planner, circleize at 100 kilometers. Now right now I don't meet that requirement. That's fine. But I do now. Give me a little extra because I'm still within the atmosphere. Cut the throttle. Turn this guy off. Create and execute. Don't need you. It's quite a bit of thrust, but I'm still looking at my bigger engine. And I'm going to go out and look for Minimus while it's doing that. Wow, it's already throttled up. And it is kind of pointing towards the ground, but that's okay. Let me give you my orbital info. It's knocking down my apoapsis a little bit, but my paraapsis is going up very fast. Orbital period is also climbing in time. And as you can see, it kind of levels off as I get up higher. Just saw that annoy me almost immediately. Probably hard to see my craft, I know. But that's the gist of it. Now, what we're going to do, match planes with target. Next point is the descending. Create and execute. It'll automatically turn and get into line. Wow. Still got enough thrust to get there. To get that. And I haven't even started on this guy. Alright. As you can see, my power is going down. But now that it's time warping, get rid of that. Full power. Ah. Do not want you sitting up. Thank you. Kind of a short burn, but that's okay. Nice places to land. Most difficult I've ever seen was that ice pole. MechJeb had a problem doing it with the auto landing. Eventually, I just told it to go into translation. Oh, it just skipping around because my mouse is double click. Alright, I'm gonna create that. I'm not gonna execute it. There's a reason. I always find I hate all of that going on. Oops. And I like clean numbers. That's a 6, so I'm going to add it to 7. Update. Minimus encounter. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go out here. That actually looks pretty good to me. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to tell it to execute next node. Next node's got 900 something rather. That's not going to cut it. That's okay. With that, utilities doing auto ejection of the prior stage. That will go away, and that will actually be the stage I'm running on. Now it's time to warp around the planet. Due to my low altitude, there's a heavy limit of what I can actually warp around at. I think I'm doing 50 time. Just did a little bit of realignment. And although this takes a lot of the challenge out, it still makes it kind of a challenge. You're planning these things, sometimes they don't give you the right setup that you want, and you just modify a little bit. And a little bit more, and a little bit more, and a little bit more. And then you get the setting that you want, or the position you want. And then you're good. But, till then, you kind of still want to look and change, and you know, there's the moon. Too bad we're not going there. Sometimes you can do this. Actually, that would be just about where it would be anyways. Where is Minimus? Ah, it's... Okay. So Minimus would be right over there. Right over in there. This is definitely a long burn, just because of the weight and the amount of thrust that this guy produces. It's odd that I'm not seeing Minimus, yet half the time I can go around and spot another planet or its moon. Guess not today. Oh well. But we'll see, Minimus. Won't we, Jebediah? And wasn't that a long burn? Alright, let's see our condition. I'm gonna fast forward. Or time accelerate, I should say. To about right there. What I like to do at this point, if I got an interception problem, just throttle up just ever so slightly. Try to tweak it around. See if I can find it. Or a lock like that. I'm not really caring that it might be small like that. Oop. Shoot. I hit the wrong button. What the heck? Jumped on the wrong. Come on. There we go. Change this. little bit of throttle if you have to. Although I've already got it, I'm wanting to look at it. Get a more assured connection or alignment. Not really caring about fuel because I've got so much that it's not going to matter. In fact, I'd almost say that this is the first time that I've had too much fuel. And I just remembered, I don't have the material around Minimus. Oh well. Alright, let's time accelerate and get to Minimus. Zoom in. Slow this guy down, and I'm going to tell it not to circularize, but to make a new altitude. At next, parallapsis, which is right there. Execute that. Alright. That will actually generate an orbit. And the next thing I want to do is generate a altitude of only 50. Alright, 0.2, 0.3. I'm going to create this one. It's definitely going to be a small orbit. That's what you want. This guy's got very low gravity, very slow moving. I mean, look at these numbers. If you remember when I was in run Kerbal, this thing had was it 7 or something like that. I can't remember. But it's a low number. Now it's got 19.0. I am going the wrong way for this orbit though. Or for the rotation. That's what I was trying to do, is I was trying to come up behind it to get the right one, but oh well. Makes it easier for landing if you are not going to use MechJeb. I think I'm going to go after that lake right there. What I'm going to do, I'm going to throttle back, of course. I'm going to cut it early. Basically before. Execute that. I'm going to keep this bottom stage on. This stage right here. There's a reason for that. I'm going to use it as much as I can. I'm going to bring up my translation. It's of course in an auto mode. And while I was orbiting, my entire orbit lined up. Now I might be landing over here. It's okay though. What I can do is manually bring that back. Kill off horizontal speed. I'm going to keep surf when I get close. Close enough that it's actually surface instead of orbit. Don't need that anymore. As you see, I am changing. In fact, I might have still not gotten enough. But what I'm going to do now, I'm going to see if I got crew report. Yes, I do. Transmit it. And of course, since I've got solar panels, it is recharging. Really quick, I'm going to put my tail end towards the ground. Don't want this thing firing till then. Alright, let's get this going a little bit faster. Deploy the legs. And yeah, I am getting close, and I'm still considered an orbital. There goes surface. Turn that off so that this guy can control all the way. Let's see what this guy shows. He's showing space near. This guy here. Go and keep that one. Let's get your companion over here. Keep that one. Whoa. Never good when it decides to kick out. Surface. I do have a vertical, which it's supposed to cancel out, and horizontal, but you can't seem to cancel out. Keeps adding to it. This is kind of hilarious to watch and really bad to watch because it is descending and it is not slowing down. This is one of the problems with translation. It's going to try to keep this at 0. So it's going to fire and fire and fire, no matter what it's doing here. I'm going to go on and risk it. Alright, going to tell it -3. -5. Because I'm actually climbing. But it's trying to take that out. And although it's taking that out, this is staying up. And that noise was the lower section that was ejected, finally hitting the ground. That's kind of odd. That's going up again. You're not doing your job. Why did I get rid of that? And I know why. I can't believe I was that stupid. This is keep surf. I was trying to get it to kill out the surf, and is actually doing what it's supposed to. That's keep vertical. Now I'm going to let it go down kind of quick here. The reason is I got a lot of altitude. Too bad. Since I'm day, there's my shadow right there. If you're landing at night, you won't have a shadow, so you've got to have lights to see where the heck you're going to be landing. And at the last second, I'll be changing that over to 5. Or near last second, I should say. Let's get rid of that. Don't really need that. Did not want that on. Alright. Looks like sun from everything, yep. Shadows are doing pretty good. You know, panels are very close to dead vertical. While in space near Minimus, and we're under 100 meters. Let's put this in perspective. $60 still considers in space while near Minimus. Alright. I know I got a little quiet, but that's okay. Oh, update on, if you watch some of my videos, I've mentioned that I've got an old computer. In about 2 weeks, I'll be upgrading my computer. So, I'll be down for a little while. And I'll have a new computer afterwards. I'll actually be posting my old computer, the one that I'm currently on, stats, pretty soon on the About on my channel. And then the new computer, once I'm on it, I'll post the new stats for that. It'll have the same video card though. Alright. Touchdown. Engine will actually shut off. Crew report. Transmit. EVA report. Really quick. Board. Transmit. EVA. Let go and rocket back because we do have so low of gravity here. Actually, hang on. I was not watching where I was. So cancel. Greater flats. Take down. Plant flag. There we go. Greater flats. Alright, and you know we've got all these different things, right? Make sure we get the pack out. And by the way, EVA report. Oh, it had given me that from there. Okay, let's take a new EVA report on the surface. Then, thank you very much. Get rid of that so I can see. Uh-oh. Yes, I'm doing this kind of in a two-dimensional thinking way. Don't worry, I'm actually a three-dimensional guy. Alright. Now that's board. Gonna run that. Run that. Run that. 50 for the goo. From right here. 125 for this guy. For this one guy. Alright. As you can see, translation is still trying to run. 0.01. What we're going to do, yep. Alright. Hold altitude. And we're going to do a maneuver node. Never tried this. I'm going to say 60. You know what? Actually, let's go and re-land. Taking too long. What we're going to do is turn that off. And I'm going to see. Thought I turned it off. Huh. No! Don't do that. There we go. I'm gonna create that. We're gonna do that right after. So what it's gonna do, hopefully. No, no, no! Okay. Abort next node. Remove all nodes. Put the solar panels in. Execute that. Let's go and put those solar panels back out. This is becoming fun. And you can tell how low the gravity is here just by doing that. Turn that off. Must have went to the wrong one. No, I didn't. Create and execute. I'm just gonna wait. Abort. Execute. I don't even know why I try with you. Oh, come on, come on, come on! Fine, I'm gonna do this the old-fashioned way. Watch my map. Throttle up. Remove that. And since it's looking like that works out better. Didn't get what I wanted, but you know what? That's a lot better. Create and execute that. This thing does turn very quickly now. I'm going to be landing back on Kerbal. So I'm going to go and do that. I'm going to create because it might not get low enough for me. I'm gonna go on and execute because it's low enough. It's not gonna time Excel that much because it's actually, oh, maybe it will. I figured that it would have been right there. Alright. Oop. There goes my mouse double clicking again. And most people wouldn't even think of this or doing this. They'll just burn over here and, you know, extend their other side. One of the reasons why I like MechJeb. See how good it did? It did okay. Now I'm going to time accelerate. When I exit Minimus's area of influence, you'll see this number jump down. And there goes Minimus. $800,000, 900,000, 1,000,000 meters. Anybody getting the point yet? 2,000,000 meters, and it just switched over. And I'm gonna go here. Get rid of that. Falling in. Yeah. At this speed, if I was actually going lower, which wasn't a bad idea, but I would definitely be landing right in here. But because I didn't get so well in, it's taking more and more. Almost out of fuel, but that's barely going down. That's just about not orbital anymore. Already passed my paroapsis, so I'm actually climbing. Alright. Now that I've descended below that. This is my power-ups, or powered through it. This is my apoapsis, actually. And my engine just cut out. I just heard it. So, what does that mean? Parachute time. I'm back descending. I'm gonna do a little bit of physical. I am still accelerating. I might point out to you. Kind of descending, not a thick enough atmosphere yet. Upper atmosphere. Nothing worthwhile yet. Still accelerating. It's about 50,000 meter that you start seeing it. You slow down. I thought it was, at least. 44,000. Might be the fact that I'm... No. Still accelerating. There it is. 40,000. And I'm going to tuck these in, because if they're not tucked in while re-entering, they will actually blow off. So I can get the plasma trails. Can I talk? Don't want to land on the mountains. Although that would be a nice place to get some research. That's hard as heck to get, but I'd much rather have like an unmanned. And then just send a small manned up there. I don't know. Parachutes are deployed, so I'm going to shut this off. And that's a nice way of ending this one, a sunset on the mission. Catch it back at the ground, right before the ground, so that you can see if I made it or not. Alright, we're back real quick. About to land. Checking if, yep, already got that. I can see the ground. I'm not sure if you can. But, I can see the ground, how close we are. It's just I can't tell if it's level right where I'm going to land. So I'm going to go up here real quick. Do a quick recovery. Now that mission did really well. 541 total science. The surface sample yielded 150. The EVA 40. Mineral study was 125. Some goo was 50. And 37.5 for this guy for landing. that's it for this one. I'll see you guys back on Nuke Mode number 5. See ya.